going on? It's your man G-Boy T Streams back with another Division 2 video. And this video today is going to be going over a great capacitor build that I know you all are going to love. But without further ado, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe with my YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at G_Boy T Streams. You can also find me under G_Boy T along with on TikTok, and there I will be there on the top of your search bar. All right, now let's get into the build, shall we? All right, guys. So this build here is very unique. The gun that we went with is very unique, and I'm gonna show you all the reasons why this build can work for you in many ways. All right. So starting off, we went with the specialization technician, and the reason we went with technician is because simply it's just for the extra skill tier that you get. All right. If you look here, if you got all your points, you can basically come here, acquire the +1 skill tier, and this passive talent is called amped. All right. So this is what you want to get whenever you get all your points to get the specialization. All right. Also, don't forget you can come down here and also add the extra 15% to increase your rifle's damage. All right, and then whatever other secondary you decide to use, or a pistol or whatnot, you can also have that amped up as well. As you can see here, I got the shotgun and the assault rifle. Those are my main two, so those are the two that I added the extra 15% to. All right, so let's get further into the build. The gun that we went with is the Capacitor. It is sitting at total damage of 142.7k. The RPM is great, 700, and mag holds 61. And I'll show you how I was able to get 61 inside of a capacitor. All right, scroll down here. Don't forget this is an exotic. All right, so if you don't have this gun, you basically just look for whatever gives you exotic caches and hope that you can get it. All right. Um, it's sitting at 15% assault rifle damage, maxed out damage to armor, which is 12%, and then you got the 9.5% health damage. Now that part is optional. You can choose to change that to damage the target out of cover or whatever you feel, right? But the only two that I think will really work is not only the health damage, but the damage to target out of cover. All right. So with this gun, um, the talent is capacitance. Shooting enemies builds stacks to a cap of 40. Each stack grants 1.5% skill damage. After 5 seconds, stacks decay 1 per second. Alright? So basically getting stacks from this gun, it basically allows you to make your skill stronger, whatever you're using at the time you're using this gun. For each skill tier gain, 7.5% weapon damage. Alright, and that's very important for this build. If we go to the second one, this is the military M870. You guys know I love shotguns, but shotguns are very, very potent in the DZ. Alright, so we're sitting at 1.8 million total, just raw total damage for the actual shotgun itself. Got 7 mags in it and 79 RPM. Shotgun 15%, damage to armor 12%, maxed out on the third attribute, which is the damage to target out of cover. Alright. And the talent I chose to go with this is Optimus. The attachments I chose was the critical hit chance, rate of fire, and another critical hit chance. Alright. Pistols you can use whatever you want. I just went with the Mozambique special. Um, the first piece that we're going to get into is the Fenris. Alright. Fenris is used for the 10% assault rifle damage that you get just for having it on. That's what we needed for the capacitor to gain some more weapon damage. It's maxed out at core attribute at 15% for weapon damage, critical hit damage 12%, critical hit chance 6%, and your critical hit damage mod is 12%. Alright, going down to the next piece, which is the Henry. Alright, the Henry is a named item. It is under the electric brand set. As you can see, just by having this on, this gives us 10% status effect just for having this piece on. And it automatically comes with a skill tier, so that automatically adds 7.5% damage to your capacitor's output on weapon damage. All right. And that's for the overall total. Now, attributes is critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and critical hit damage mod all maxed out. You got your talent on here, which is you can't change this. This comes with the Henry since it's a named item. It's called Perfect Companion. While you are within 10 meters of an ally or skill, total weapon damage is increased by 20%. So if you're sitting next to one of your playmates or your friends or whoever you're playing with, and you're within 10 meters, your weapon damage is increased by 20%. Or if you have a skill that's sitting beside you, over you, around you, rolling on the ground, whatever the case may be, if you beside your skill within 10 meters, you have weapon damage increased by 20%. All right. That's a very unique piece there. Very, very important because this actually gives you a skill tier along with while having damage output. All right. Going into the holster, which is the car's holster, which is another named item for the Brazo brand set. All right. As you can see here, this Brazo brand set gives you a armor core for the attribute along while still giving you the weapon damage core, right? It's very, very powerful piece there. And the other attribute is critical hit damage on this. Next is the knees. We got the golden gear. It automatically gives you the status effect of 10% by having this piece on. We went with the core attribute of uh, armor, and then we went to the attribute of the critical hit damage and critical hit chance all maxed out there. All right, so the second piece of Brazo we have here is the hands. All right, so having two of these on give you a perk, and it gives you the skill tier perk. So that's another skill tier added to your overall skill tier on this build. All right. So having one piece on gives you skill haste. Having two pieces on gives you skill tier automatic just for having two of those brand sets on. All right. So we went with the core attribute on the armor, and we went with the critical hit chance and critical hit damage all maxed out on the attributes on that. All right. Now the piece that puts this build all together is the Ninja Bite backpack. This is an exotic backpack. All right. The core attributes, as you can see, we have three individual attributes just on this backpack alone, which is why it's so powerful. You got the 15% weapon damage, you got the maxed out armor core, and you also have a skill tier core. All right, you get all three of these at one time just off this one backpack. You got the critical hit chance for the mod. That's what I went with. And this talent on this backpack is called resourceful. All right, so basically, it slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set's bonus. So that means you can have on three-piece heartbreaker. You put this backpack on, it'll automatically slide in as a fourth heartbreaker piece, and it'll give you that heartbreaker bonus talent. Um, Even though you don't have an actual original Heartbreaker backpack on. You get what I'm saying? All right. And then same thing for a brand set. We got two Brazo pieces on that you seen. They gave me the second piece gave me skill tier, and with this backpack it gave me the third perk for the brand set of the Brazo, which is the magazine size. All right. Um, Basically you can unlock bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously. All right. So that's the super thing about that backpack there. All right, and the reason we're getting this 61 in the mag is because of the two Brazos. All right, so the two Brazos, they give me the skill tier, and then you get the third perk, which is the magazine size of 50%, all because I have this Ninja Bite backpack on, which gives me that resourceful talent, and it bumps my mag up to 61. All right. Now, as you can see, that backpack is giving me a second perk on the Fenris, which is giving me a 30% boost on reload speed. The Henry, it gives me plus 20% shock resistance. So it makes me a little immune to shock for a little bit, or just less longer. And then of course the Brazo gives me the mag, and you have the armor regen of 1.5% coming from the golden gear. Alright, so that's what that backpack does. It's very, very helpful in this build, and it kind of give you some survivability there. If you go to the skills here, I'm using a defender drone. The defender drone is to help alleviate some of that damage that you may receive from the Dark Zone or DZ, or if you decide to use this in conflict. It'll help alleviate some of that damage. So if you can see here, PvP damage reduction, it gives me 23.4%, all right, which is pretty good in the DZ. Definitely can have a little bit more, depending on how much exotics you decide to spend to bring your expertise up on your damage reduction. I only went up to 12, so it's definitely more damage alleviation that can be obtained. And just by having 4 skill tiers alone, they this gives you 20% damage reduction and 280% health towards your defender drone. So they're going to have to do 4 million damage on my defender drone if they want to break it while it's up protecting me. All right. All right, let's see what we got on the second skill here, which is the explosive seeker mine. All right, the PvP damage coming from this seeker mine is 330,000, and the PvP bleed damage is 10,000. As you can see, this explosive seeker, it applies bleed status effect on affected targets. So anybody you send this out to, it explodes on that enemy, and they're going to be bleeding for the bleed duration of 8.4 seconds there, 10,000 on the bleed damage. All right, let's back up out of here. So this build right here is very it hits very hard. If you have any questions for me, just feel free to hit me up on YouTube and let me know what you think about the build, and let me know what you would change on this build. There's definitely room for improvement on this. This was just a quick little put together, but it was hitting so hard I just had to show you guys the setup. All right, just keep in mind this build is sitting at 4 skill tiers. You definitely can find a way to add more skill tiers, and I'm pretty sure it'll do you good either way you decide to do it. All right, so let's go look at the stats real quick. Uh, PvP damage 57,000. You got 50% critical hit chance, 159% critical hit damage, 75% headshot. You even got 12% armor to damage. All right, and that comes from the actual gun itself. So if you wanted to throw in a Walker Harris or something like that and get you a couple more percentage on your armor and damage, you can do that as well. I wanted to keep my health damage. That's sitting at 10%. You got some stability, and of course the 40% assault rifle damage bonus. That's coming from not only your specialization, but as well as the Fenris Group AB that we have as one of our gears. All right, so you guys check out this video at the end, so some gameplay, and if you guys enjoy it, please send a like and subscribe to your boy, man. It's your boy T Streams. Bye bye. I'm up. I'm up. Bye bye. Get the fuck out of here, boy. Fuck out of here, boy. Fuck you thought. Oh, Mamba, what the fuck is your name, man? Nope. Sit down, boy. Oh, he's healing, bro. He almost done. I just chipped this shit. He down. Where is he? Oh, right here. Pop a kick, pop a kick, pop a kick.
Contaminated gear detected. Medical assistance needed. Agent down. Contaminated gear. Rogue bombardier drone detected.
Got a player over here. Got two.
Hostile bombardier drone detected. Rogue explosive seeker mine detected. Activating rogue protocol. Entered. Nearby agent has gone rogue. Rogue agent nearby.
Woo, no!
Rogue
Get out of here, Noah. Get
detected.
out of here.
Hostile defender drone.
I'm already know with the cappy build, the capacity
Neutralized.
build.
High threat enemy patrol detected.
That's him.
Detected. Allied agent on road. An agent needs assistance. Rogue explosive seeker mine detected. Hostile explosive seeker mine detected. Protocol initiated. Dog zone drop has been delivered.
That bitch biting. That's fucking capacitor biting, boy.
Rogue Mender Seeker Mine detected. Hostile Mender Seeker Mine detected. Agent down. Rogue Stinger Hive detected. Hostile Stinger Hive detected.
Bye bye. Two of them bitches. Get the fuck off me, boy. What you thought?